Okay, this is kind of scary, all right? Seriously, like the reflection is so intense here on my sunglasses. You can see like behind the scenes. Look at that. Look at all the stuff that I have here. You can see all this in the reflection in the sunglasses. All right, so yeah. Facebook says, you're live. We're building an audience for you. I really hope this is working today. I'm trying something different with the audio and the sound and the lighting and a totally different location today. I wonder where I'm at. Oh yeah, let's try it. Let's see here. Since it didn't work on Monday for Halloween, okay, it still doesn't work. I still don't have the crazy Facebook live overlays on my iPhone 7 Plus. It's kind of like the iPhone 7 Plus, like in the body of Christ. It's so awesome. Facebook says, keep going. We're telling your friends to join your video. We're still spreading the word that you're live. This may take a moment, like totally. Like the competition ain't over till the 9th wave, bruh. And that's all I have to say. Okay, and that's the end of the program. We lasted roughly 1 minute and 48 seconds, so that's all. We're done. I'm going home. Bye. All right, so I have a lot I want to cover here today. So with that said, let me set my lighting accordingly. See the lighting. You can see the lighting and the reflection on the sunglasses. This is so cool. All right, seriously, look, behind the scenes. Here you go, you guys. Okay, let me get really close. There's the iPhone right there. You can see the iPhone recording. And here's my setup. There's something right here, and then something here, and then something over here, and then over there's the light, and then other things that are in this direction. Hugo's in the house. Hugo, what's up, dude? Awesome. Awesome, thanks, man, for joining in. Got a lot of things I want to talk about today. This is cool, you're here, man. Okay, if you guys can't tell, it's loud as heck. But before we go into all the details about where we're at, let me start the program properly. Check this out, by the way, definitely bringing this back. This is getting long, this is getting smaller. And for the first time in a couple of years, I was able to put on one of my motorcycle jackets. I'm so excited about that, seriously. All right, so, and edit. Good morning. It seems so ridiculous doing it like that. All right, let's try it again, and edit. I can't pull it off, man. Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself with yourself, then hey, life's just too serious. All right, let's try it again. All right, edit. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is David Esquire coming to you live from EPHQ right there, Mall of America in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And today is Wedding Tip Wednesday. I've got actually below the camera right here, I actually wrote out some of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about, chat with you, have a discussion with you guys about. But first, I'm at Mall of America. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around, and I've got to keep it on like that Apple base for the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus because headphones are plugged in and it's all like jacked into that, especially for the power. 7 Plus blows through batteries. But I'm gonna reverse the camera, you guys. You guys gotta see what they have here. This place is. All right, so I'm steadily picking up the camera, and that's over there. We have the Rock Bottom Plunge. That's one of the many roller coasters that's here at Mall of America. I'm in I think it's called the Nickelodeon Fun Zone, and there's all kinds of insane stuff here. You can see off in the background over there, there's a couple of rides over there. And over here, there's more rides. I mean, look at this. This is in the middle of this mall, this ginormous, humongous mall. It's absolutely crazy in here. Look at that. So it's like if you're ever coming to Minneapolis, the Mall of America is definitely one of the feature attractions here to take a look at. Okay, I'm gonna put this back down here. So you can do this without dropping the phone. Ooh, and let's turn it around. By the way, seeing this ride over here, here it comes. That's like swooping past me. That I would say that's probably about maybe 12 to 15 meters away from me, from where I'm sitting here in the air, and like in the middle of the mall for this Nickelodeon Fun Zone. I mean, it's just huge. There's so much here to see, and the rides are pretty epic. They're really, really cool. Let's turn that around, and I'm back. Ha ha ha. See, there's like roller coasters and stuff in here. It's so amazing. There's one that's like in that direction. I'm gonna see if I can catch it, and then I'll flip the camera really, really fast so you can see it. There's also like a Mad Mouse that's here. There's truly, truly, truly a ton of stuff to do here, and it's not just for kids. I mean, it says it's Nickelodeon Fun Zone, I think is what it's called, but there's a lot of really cool rides in here for adults as well. So now that you know where I'm at, I wanted to go someplace different. I've done restaurants, I've done different cafes, and I thought I'd come here to the Mall of America. It's kind of open and fun. The light here, I'm just at this one restaurant called Grub. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called though. And they've got like tons of ice cream and snacks and things like that. But not far from here, at the location that I'm sitting here at Mall of America, there is a Nestle Tall House store. So I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate what my friend Danny Mendoza, the Spaniard, the amazing photographer that should be in Spain shooting and teaching full time. He basically has a thing called Fat Kid Friday. We're gonna celebrate that a little bit early today. Now, I did bring the proper nutrition. I've got a little, oh, it's backwards here. So I guess if you read backwards, you know what this says. But I've got a bottle of water to wash everything down that I picked up. And just a single from, and let me go ahead and show you the logo. Here we go. From the Nestle Tall House restaurant, I've got a single espresso. And I feel like a cartoon. I don't have enough right here, but I feel like I should be twisting a mustache for this. This is epic. This is on referral from the lady that works there. And inside this bag, oh, wow. Okay. You guys ready? This is so epic. I feel like we should have like the 2001 Space Odyssey music playing for this. Oh, here we go. Perspective. This thing's huge. Look at this. It's a double cookie, a double M&M cookie with frosting in the middle. No sugar high there whatsoever. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that out because we might have a bite of that. Certainly not McDonald's like we did last week. All right, so today is Wedding Tip Wednesday. We've got some awesome things that will help you make the most out of your wedding day. And I think that this also could be applied to, for the most part, any event that you're planning. It's not just, it seems kind of hot. Let's see if we can move this over a little bit. Not just any wedding or party, but you could pretty much do more lighting for me. Yeah, you can see the difference. There we go. I hope that looks good. Okay, so this list of what I've got put together earlier today can definitely help you make the most out of your wedding day, but as I said, it can help you make the most out of any event. And I'm, here we go. This around real quick. Oh my gosh! That's like right there, you guys. Seriously. It's like so awesome. I love this place. This place is, I mean, it's pretty exciting. I'm a kid, grown adult, loves extreme rides. That's pretty epic ride. And then that roller coaster goes all around through here. It goes like through this entire like center area. Okay, so what I want to just basically have a dialogue with you guys about is not coming to you from the eyes of the vendors that would be at a wedding covering whatever is necessary, DJ, photographer, florist, filmmaker, whatever it might be. It's not coming to you from the eyes of the bride or the groom. This is a particular list, and I'll just cut to the chase. I'll just be blunt. This is a list of some of the more common frustrations / complaints that your wedding guests will have. They're there as well. Why not? Let's go ahead and see what are some things that are frustrating to your friends and family. And I looked all over the place, and I mean, there's like, you give everybody a soapbox, and they're going to go off and just rant, and they're going to 1,000 million billion things of what's wrong with whatever it is that you've done to share with them. But I've got a very diverse list I put together that kind of covers the entire gamut for your wedding day / wedding reception. The first item that I think really hit the top of the mark is a wedding day or a party. Again, keep in mind that this particular list can be used for a party. But the first thing that came to the top of the list over and over again was a date for your wedding that is inconvenient. Let me explain. Because yes, there are some people that have certain dates on the calendar that are special to them. 4th of July, Groundhog Day, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, whatever it might be. I've had a lot of weddings that I have had the honor of photographing on various holidays, and as a professional wedding photographer, those are one of the things that kind of goes with the trade. It's like, all right, your wedding's on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, day after Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, whatever it might be. It might be very special to the bride and the groom. But keep in mind that even though it's very special to you, it may not always work out that way for your friends and your family that are going to be attending your wedding. And that's something to really keep in mind because, and not only that, but travel. What if you have friends and family that are coming in from out of town? The travel costs for a holiday typically are significantly a lot more expensive. It's not something to where it's like, oh, it's Christmas Eve, it'll be cheaper. Oh, it's Valentine's, it's 4th of July, it's Labor Day weekend, whatever it might be, Boxing Day. It really depends on the country and the state that you're in, but these particular things do come into play and can also affect your attendance, especially if it's a collection of people or maybe 1 or 2 people that are very important to you that you would love to have there, but unfortunately can't make it for that particular reason. That's something to keep in mind. It's time for a sip of the espresso from the Nestle Tall House restaurant. It's actually right around the corner from here. Not too strong. I would recommend the espresso. It's a single shot. I didn't want to be bouncing off the ceiling at 3 o'clock in the morning. I have a hard enough time sleeping as it is. And I'm really, you can see it in the reflection on the sunglasses. It's right there. Oh man. Okay. The next item that is fairly frustrating for your wedding guests, which would be family, friends, whomever is attending, when they get that one thing that's in the mail, the wedding invitation. It is a pretty common thing, and I've seen some very amazing wedding invitations that were either DIY or they were done professionally, whatever it might be. But I've seen quite a few wedding invitations over the years, and there are some where it's like, wow, that's really awesome. And then I've seen some where they just completely missed the mark on the basics: who, what, when, where, why. It's pretty simple. There aren't a whole lot of details that are necessary on a wedding invitation. A common thing that goes with that, with your wedding invitation, would be, are children allowed? Is this a child-friendly event? Are children not allowed? What kind of seating? What kind of dress code? Things like that. Is it going to be a themed wedding? The time of the year, and these are little things that can really make a difference to have for content on your wedding invitation, but it should be a nice, easy read. That's something that seems to be a pretty big frustration for several guests that are out there. And again, this isn't me coming down on anybody. I've seen a lot of great weddings, but this is just what people have kind of voiced. They've voiced and they've said, well, it's this, it's this, it's this. They want to have a great experience with you as well. Granted, it's your wedding day, but they would love to be able to share a positive day with you and not just, well, we're here, oh, the obligatory dance, the obligatory this, the obligatory that. Oh, look, the DJ can make balloons. Oh, neat. No, this isn't anything like that. This is just to help you guys have a fantastic day with those people in your life that are important to you, because I can guarantee you the people that you're inviting to your wedding, the importance level that they have to you, 99.9% of the time, they regard you in that same level of importance. So this is really something that can help everybody that's involved in attending have a fantastic day. Another thing that's uncomfortable, seating. Granted, we always want to do our best to help people, like, okay, we're going to have the grandparents sitting together and the parents sitting together and things like that. Roller coasters. If you can hear it, it's pretty wild in here. I love this place. I'm not even on the rides and I'm getting excited listening to this while I'm chatting with you guys. Now, the actual, let me adjust this a little bit. Aha. Woo. Now I don't feel like I'm chopping off my head. The seating can play a really big part on your wedding day. And quite simply put, one of the things that has to be on the top of the list is that we are in a day and age where there are mixed families, there's blended families, you name it. There's a lot of ways that the families do coexist today, not only in America, but Europe, all around the country and all around the world. So think about who you're seating next to each other. Do your parents get along with other people that are going to be sitting there? Is the seating also easy to figure out? Do you have an easy to read seating chart? Do you have a way that you're putting it on, like maybe a map or different little things that you're doing with it where it's easy for people to figure out? Keep in mind, what might be easy to you may not always be easy to somebody else. Something that I had learned 5 years ago when I was in high school. I had an instructor once that had shared in an advanced English class that the simplest rule of thumb when you're creating something, whether it be written word or images, things like that, the simplest rule of thumb is you may understand it, but if a basic common person were to see it, can they understand it? Or even more simply put, and to technically dumb it down in the simplest form, can a monkey look at it and understand it? Now, granted, that's obviously the exaggeration, but these are things that should really be considered while you're putting together your wedding invitations. And, excuse me, your wedding seating. Sorry, I'm just distracted. I'm like, ooh, shiny thing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, this next item I have seen commonly at a lot of different events. There are some people that are very much okay with it, then there are some people that are way not okay with it. It's very polar, it's very dichotomous, and that is the wallet. Is it going to be an open bar at your wedding reception? Will there be a money dance? What are the different things that you're going to have at your wedding that will involve your wedding guest to spend more money? I really don't know how else to say it other than to say it quite bluntly like that, because that's technically what they have to do. They don't have to do, but there is a sense of uncomfortableness, and that's something to keep in mind. Do your friends and family feel comfortable not only doing that, but are they in a position, and you know them better than anybody else, do you think that they're in a position where they would be comfortable shelling out an extra 10, 15, 20, $100, couple $100, depending on the lavishness of your event? Is it going to be full on high-end alcohol and liquor and a money dance and a this, that, and the other thing that requires your wedding guests to yank out their wallet and spend more money? And that can also take a big impact on your wedding if it's a destination wedding. Because if you have a destination wedding, your wedding guest is spending money to get to the location where you've chosen to get married at. And if they get there and it's like, oh, now we have a money dance. Oh, well, geez, and the bar isn't covered for up to a certain point of time or a certain dollar amount. Geez, what do they think we are, Daddy Warbutts? Again, this is just information that I've been able to compile to be able to share with you. And this is, again, in the eyes of your wedding guest. And like I was mentioning earlier, this can be applied to a party. The next one is not so much a big grumble or gripe, but it can make a difference, and that is, what is the weather going to be like on the date of your wedding? So that one, in a way, ties together with the date of your wedding. So if you're going to have a wedding that's going to be in the middle of August in Southern California, do you really want it to be black tie mandatory or semi-formal, requiring all of the guests at your wedding to have to wear a suit? Ugh. That's just really miserable. And as a vendor, when we're running around like madmen, that's also something that we have to be cognizant of as well. That, will I have to wear a suit? Will I have to wear a tie? Am I going to have to wear anything else? Do I have to show up in buttless leather chaps? And I've got to have a leopard print shirt on? And who knows? I mean, you never know. But keep in mind that all of that plays into the weather, where you're going to be having your wedding at. So definitely be aware of what the weather is going to be like and what you're going to be doing for your wedding day. The next item that was on this veritable cornucopia of things that people find to be a little frustrating, and sometimes more frustrating, is the food. Are you taking in the fact that maybe some of the people might be vegetarian, they might be vegan, they only eat steak, they have food allergies? Granted, it's not a situation like how it is in a lot of the schools here in America, where one student in a class has a peanut allergy and therefore the entire school bans peanuts and peanut butter jelly sandwiches. That's really not it, but that is something to keep in mind. Are you going to have a nice variety of foods for all of your wedding guests to be able to enjoy, where it's a little bit of everything? It's not just the usual chicken or steak. It's, well, we're going to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Can you have all of these fun things and be able to have everybody enjoy those things? And then not only that, but is the food going to be prepared in a way to where it's delicious? You can enjoy it. Yum. Dude, that makes a big difference. Now, my own my own opinion on that, okay? My little wee of opinion on the food. As a wedding photographer, if you guys have basically hired me to photograph your wedding, Christine Bentley's in the house. I'm going home. Oh my gosh, Christine Bentley was my partner in crime to photograph my celebrity bride's wedding in Southern California for Shelby and Matt. Christine is in Southern California and she is amazing. Hello, Christine, hello. Not only is she a fantastic photographer, she's also really sweet. Her and her husband, amazing people. And super kind, super cool. Seriously, I'm so, you're here, hanging out with me tonight. That's really cool. It's like a little bit of a throwback Thursday, midweek inspiration here to have you join me today. That's cool. Right on. Dude, for shizzle. I'm just saying it, you were the best person that I could ask for Shelby and Matt's wedding. There was no way that I would have chosen anybody else to handle that day, because you were there and just the level of planning that went into that. And to have somebody by my side to help me rock the best pictures in the city for a wedding that was featured on television for David Tutera? Yeah, I'd do it again tomorrow. I would basically be calling you and saying, yeah, you need to have that day off because we're doing another celebrity wedding on television. Just saying it, Christine. You're the bomb diggity. So, now that I've been distracted with an uber awesome photographer and super cool lady. Where was I? Oh yeah, we're talking about food. Now, as a wedding photographer, if you've had me photograph your wedding, one of the things that you will see in the contract is I have it in the Okay, if you haven't seen the comments, Christine just chimed in and she said, "Just feed me." Seriously, at the bare minimum, something more than a cold bologna sandwich, a stale rotten brown apple, and a warm Coke in the middle of August in Southern California. That is the vendor meal that we're sometimes provided at the end of dinner service. What's the one thing that a photographer or a filmmaker needs to be ready for during the dinner service at the wedding? We need to be ready to rock and roll. That is not the best time. I have it in my contract. I need to, if there's a meal provided, that needs to happen at the beginning of the dinner service with the bride and groom. And then we have like roughly 5 minutes to basically take a meal that we're provided during a 12-hour day and go, and then we inhale it really, really fast. But definitely keep that in mind. If you've got wedding vendors that are working with you throughout the day, do your best to provide something that is just delicious. I'd still show up and I've got granolas and a monster drink and necessary food to keep me going through the day. But if it is something that you want to provide your wedding vendors, give them an opportunity to have something more than that brown bag meal that is commonly fed to your wedding vendors that you've pretty much paid 10 times too much, because the money that you're spending on something that's pretty much nasty, we're really not eating it. I've known some of my colleagues to have ordered pizzas to the wedding reception. Yeah. And I know Christine knows who some of those people are. I'm not going to say, not going to out anybody, but pizzas have been ordered. Food has been delivered for wedding photographers and filmmakers. And especially on a 10 or 12-hour day, it gets pretty intense. So continue. Keep that in mind, guys. Make sure you've got something that's delicious for your wedding vendors as well as your guests. Now, this next item can really bore your family and friends to tears, like Snoozeville, okay? And I understand everybody wants to share the love. Christine has chimed in. If you haven't been able to see her comments, I love this. Christine has chimed in, and she does know who I'm referring to about the food items and the pizza that has been delivered to the weddings that they were photographing. But she has also mentioned here in her comment that she's even gone to Taco Bell. We're out there hustling, so yeah, it's necessary sometimes, because the one thing you don't want as your wedding photographer or filmmaker, food deprivation, heat exhaustion, and then all of a sudden going in the middle of the reception because they did their best to keep going. Now, this next item, I do know that brides and grooms do want to share their love and how they met and things like that. And then there are also a lot of wedding guests that would like to share a word or two with the wedding couple and the family and friends. I would definitely encourage you to, if you do want to have multiple people chatting, or if you do want to have a slideshow or a photo montage or whatever it might be, don't drag it out for an hour. Don't drag it out for 90 minutes. Keep it nice and tight. Have a certain amount of people that would like to chat. If you do decide to have a bit of an open mic during the toasts, let the DJ know that, hey, they've got 90 seconds. Like, boom, cut them off right there. Don't let them drag on. And it will help. It'll really help people from getting antsy in their seats. And next thing you know, the people that are sitting at the reception tables are actually louder than the people that are in front of them with the microphones. I've seen it happen. So keep that in mind. And the same thing with your slideshows. Everybody loves to be able to share how they met, especially with friends that aren't aware of, like, oh, well, they met at, a water park. They met at a Taco Bell. One was a cop and the other one was in a car accident. They met like that. Anything is possible. You never know. One was a full Monty dancer. Hey, it's 2016. But everybody would love to be able to share that. And I'm saying everybody quite loosely because a lot of people really do. I'd say 99.9%. If you do want to share your relationship and your experience, just don't go 20 minutes or 15 minutes into a slideshow. Best rule of thumb, 3 minutes. Like, boom. Even when I'm putting things together as your photographer, it's tough not to want to share 150 photos in a slideshow. It really is tough because there's so many fantastic memories, and I totally get to see all the amazingness that happens. Christine has joined. Hello, Christine! And keep it tight. Keep it fairly minimum so it doesn't break that momentum throughout your wedding reception. The next item, and there's only a couple more things, because like I said, there were tons and tons and tons of things. But that's not what this is about. It's not a gripe session, but I really want to help you make the most out of your wedding day. Christine says, can't find, she's here, Mall of America. Cool. All right, interruption. Welcome to intermission. I'm at the restaurant across from the Mike and Ike store. I think the restaurant is called Grub. You're sitting at Grub. Yeah, Mike and Ike. From where I'm sitting, it's that way. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ride is here. That's, yeah, because you would never know that they were giant turtles. Christine shared that with me recently. I thought that was quite funny. Okay. The next item on the list is for your DJ. These are key people that can really help make or break your wedding reception. The DJ should have a really good flow to your wedding reception. And not only that, but make sure that you've done the best that you can do. There's Christine. Here, let me see if I can turn the camera around. Oh no, she goes, no. A rock star that's shy. Go figure. I learned something new today in Spanish. Estrella de rock. I think that means rock star in Spanish. Look something up. Here, let's turn the camera. She's all, no. And she turned her back on me. It's hilarious. Okay. Now, as I was mentioning, your wedding DJ can truly make a difference for your wedding reception. And you want to make sure that you have somebody that has a good flow about them. They're comfortable. They're not going to get smashed at your wedding reception. Seen it. They're going to respect what you would like to have played and not played. They're going to understand the flow, the ebb and the flow of your wedding day. Just because somebody has a couple of turntables or a couple of iPods and a nice PA system doesn't make them truly a professional wedding DJ. So really, make sure that you've got somebody that can do a great job. There's some fantastic people all around the country. There's some awesome DJs that I've had the honor of working with. I'm more than happy to refer people if there's somebody that you're looking for or interested in. Seriously, I mean, it's fantastic. One of my favorite DJs I've had the honor of working with is Jason Jazz. He worked in, not Tron. Yeah, it was Tron. He was at Tron, at Disney. He was one of the resident DJs at Disney. He did that on top of running a full-time professional DJ service. He's fantastic. He's absolutely fantastic, and he knows his stuff. So keep that in mind. The next item, I think that this one would pretty much help you, and we touched on this on a previous episode as well. The next item that can help your wedding guests have a fantastic time at your wedding and your reception is the organization. You want to make sure that you've got a wedding day that has a nice flow to it. It's not, and we're doing 2 hours of pictures and this and that and this and that. All these previous things that I've shared with you tonight are items that can help your wedding day have a nice flow to it. And not only having the nice flow to it, but that it's organized. When you're in Southern California, and anybody knows, in Southern California, it's not 30 minutes from point A to point B. Those days were like 40 years ago. That was like our parents. No, that is so not how it was, or how it is today. That's how it was. That isn't how it is. I had a situation, 38 miles, 5 hours. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 horas. That's how long it took for me to get... Yes! Austin Tyler Murray has chimed in. Don't forget the DJ. Seriously. And feed your DJ. Those guys and gals are up there working. And the DJs, like your wedding photographer, we've seen a lot of craziness. So as the flow of your day is moving along, keep in mind that the locations that you're choosing for your actual wedding day are pretty comfortable to get to. It's not going to be, okay, and again, I'm sharing from reference in Southern California. You have your wedding at Loyola Marymount and your reception in Malibu. Holy crap! That is a commute. That is insane. So that's something to keep in mind when you're definitely planning your wedding day, and then making sure that the organization, the flow to your wedding is nice and smooth, that there's not any real choppiness. That also comes into play with your wedding vendors that you've chosen to hire. And the last thing, and I don't know, I personally haven't had anybody that I've worked with in my career that were like this, but I have seen stories. So when you're planning your wedding, there is a certain, I don't like an unwritten rule. There is a certain level of, I'm trying to be polite about it. I'm not trying to be indelicate, but I'll just say that the best way to describe it is to be gracious, to be appreciative, to respect your friends and your family that have attended your wedding day. And there is a certain timeline that you should kind of work within in terms of sending out the thank you cards for all of the guests that have attended your wedding. Sending out a personal note with the thank you cards as well makes a big difference. Subtle little things are the biggest things. Just like how we all want to be treated. The common rule of thumb in the entertainment industry is rock stars and celebrities, they want to be treated like common, ordinary people on the street, just man on the street. And then you have your common, ordinary people want to be treated like rock stars. They want to be treated like celebrities. The easiest way to help somebody really feel fantastic about attending your wedding and having been a part of your celebration is the little stuff. The little stuff, just like in a relationship, the little stuff is the stuff that means the most. So keep that in mind. Be gracious to your wedding guest. Be appreciative. I do understand that everybody does their best to walk around and make the rounds to the tables. That again can flow during your wedding reception. Being able to go around and shake everybody's hand and to have time to talk to everybody. And that goes with your organization. That goes with hiring all the right vendors, and everybody is on par. Everybody's on time. Everybody knows what's going on for your wedding day. So be conscientious of that. Have that level of respect and decorum with your wedding guest, and it will make a big difference. And there's nothing better than getting a handwritten note in the mail. Yeah, there's Christmas cards and thank you cards. I personally love to handwrite things. When I was younger, I taught myself how to do calligraphy just because I wanted to learn, because I thought it was really cool. And to this day, I still love doing that. It's really neat. I'm not saying everybody should do that, but little things like that can really make a big difference. So that's about it, you guys. That was just a brief list of some of the things that your wedding guests, your friends and family. Wow, Mike Steelman's in the house. Holy crap. Dude, Mike, welcome to Wedding Tip Wednesday via ephq.Mall of America. Let me turn this around. Mike, you just joined in. Take a look at this. I got to keep the phone mounted on the base here. Look at this. Dude, I'm in like the middle of Mall of America to do this. There's like roller coasters in here. I have to be careful because Christine is sitting across from me, so I'm not getting her in the shot right now. Being respectful. She's going, yeah, wait a minute, hold on, let me turn it around. I'll give you the facial expression. Christine's going, Mike, sup, brother? Dude, seriously, so awesome to have you on. We're wrapping up the program here, but there will be a replay for this, for the Wedding Tip Wednesday today, and I just pulled together just a nice, tight list of a variety of things that people are having frustrations with as a wedding guest. And I just wanted to share just a nice little David Letterman top 10 type of a list. And for those that are hardcore David Letterman fans, and you've been watching the program for a while, even though he's off the air, there was a point in time where he had prancing fluids. Again, if you're a David Letterman fan, that's the only thing I'm really missing here in front of me are the prancing fluids. So, I want to wrap this up. Thank you so much for you guys for joining me today on the latest edition of Wedding Tip Wednesday, live via Facebook Live here at Mall of America today in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I hope that some of the things that I was able to share with you will help you make the most out of your wedding day. Again, this list, it's don't kill the messenger, first of all. Don't shoot me, don't hate me, don't slay me, nothing like that. But This is just a short list of people that have had frustrations and just concerns that they've experienced at weddings over the years. And I think if you did just a little bit of focus on some of these things that I shared with you today, they'll really help you have, for you guys that are having the wedding, not only have that much more of an amazing day, but your wedding guests, your friends and your family will have that much more of an amazing wedding day too. So if you have any comments or questions, definitely leave them down below, like everybody else has been doing today. If there is something that you would like to chat with me about, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, Messenger, Twitter, everywhere. I'm starting to tinker with, what is it? Snapchat. It's just like one more social media platform to manage. And if you saw my social media folder on my iPhone, you'd understand why I just kind of go, another one. So that's it, you guys. Hope you're having a great week. If you're in California, it's what I used to refer to as the West Coast Wednesday. And if you're in Mid-Coast, and Mid-Coast Wednesday, but doesn't, Mid-Coast doesn't really have the same ring to it. And that's it. So until the next episode, have a great rest of your week. I hope you've recovered from a pretty wild Halloween party time on Monday. And I look forward to chatting with you really soon. So again, this is David Esquire coming to you live at EPHQ Mall of America. And I will see you, including Matt, who just joined in. Dude, you missed me. I'll be back. I will see you soon. Hey, Mike, peace out, my man. Things are doing great. I'll see you soon, too. And I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the rest of the mall. Check this out. See you soon. Cool. It's kind of quiet here for a Wednesday. Sorry I'm a little jumpy. I'm like on a bar stool at this restaurant. Wow, look at that. All the way back there. And then over there, those are the Teenage Mutant Ninjas. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right. And I will just do this. Bye, guys.